Barclays has gone ahead and lowered its 2024 Brent forecast by $4 to 98 barrels. Now, they've cited resilient US supply as well as a higher output from Venezuela following the relaxation of sanctions on the Latin American producer.
Alright, with that, let's also take stock of all the important cues that you should be keeping on your radar for today's trading session. Let's start by looking at some global cues. Then in terms of data, you've got the US initial jobless claims numbers coming in, China CPI as well as EPI, so inflation data also coming in today. Back home then, well, today's a Thursday, so it's the weekly FNO expiry. Also, you've got Good Luck India, that board will be meeting to consider fundraising today. Lock-in period is ending for a couple of companies, SBFC Finance as well as Plaza Wise. The lock-in period for these two companies ends today. And when it comes to quarter two earnings, then you've got Adani Ports as well as Apollo Hospitals coming out with their second quarter numbers today. So both of those stocks will be in focus on the back of those results. Action in the primary markets, then ASK Automotive IPO closes for subscription. Today's the last day to subscribe for the IPO if you want to do so. So keep an eye out for that one as well. And when we look at other events coming in globally, Jerome Powell, who's the Fed chair, will participate in the monetary policy panel today, as well as British car maker Lotus is going to make its India debut. So we're going to have one more brand that's going to hit Indian roads very soon.
Switching gears to some somber news coming in from Israel, dozens of Palestinians were killed in intense Israeli bombardments overnight in the Jabalia refugee camp in Gaza. Meanwhile, thousands of Palestinians fled to northern Gaza on Wednesday, traveling miles on foot through the battered enclave in a growing exodus prompted by Israel's intensified ground and airstrikes. G7 foreign ministers on Wednesday called for humanitarian pauses in the Israel-Hamas war to allow in aid and help the release of hostages and sought a return to a broader peace process.
Well, somber news keeps coming in from Israel. There's no hope of a ceasefire as of now. But let's shift focus and talk about some macro numbers then. Mortgage rates saw the biggest one-week decline in over a year last week, leading to the first increase in mortgage demand in a month. Interest rates on the most common type of residential mortgage in the United States plunged to 16-month low on the back of a treasury market rally. The 30-year fixed mortgage rate dropped by 0.25 percentage point to 7.61%.
And keeping it with the macros, Bank of America chief Brian Moynihan has said that he expects a soft landing in which the US economy steers past a recession even as consumer spending and borrowing slow. He also added that the Fed may go through a little bit of the process that it's eked out for itself for now.
Well, then let's take a look at what Disney is doing, because Disney has topped expectations for quarter 4, courtesy the record profits at ESPN Plus, coupled with continued growth at their theme parks. However, the company's top line has taken a hit due to declining ad revenues. The company is also on to aggressive cost-cutting plan by an additional $2 billion to an earlier target of $7.5 billion.
Meanwhile, Amazon has begun cutting jobs in its music division in its latest round of layoffs. Over the past 1 year, the job cuts have impacted 27,000 employees of the retail giant. The impact of the said layoffs remains to be unknown.